Hello everyone, it is time to talk about inkjet printer maintenance. And this is my workhorse, this is my inkjet printer. We're going to talk about replacing the ink cartridges. Also, we're going to talk about cleaning print heads. And lastly, removing the dreaded paper jam. And we'll cover all three of these. So first off, for us to get started, how do we know that we should clean the print head? Well, inside of my printer, I can go into the settings here in the printer itself, or I can even go on my operating system and go to the printer settings there. Either way, inside of my printer settings on the printer, I can zoom in and we can take a look at some of the features I have available. For example, I have an option for maintenance. When I click on maintenance, I can actually select print head nozzle check. With print head nozzle check, it's actually going to print out a test page just to verify the quality of the print heads. What does that mean? It means I'll be able to see if I should even do a print head cleaning. Well, what's the big deal? Because if you were to run a print head cleaning, it's going to waste a lot of ink. So from the output of my print head nozzle check, I'll be able to see if I should continue onwards and waste a lot of ink in order to clean those print heads. Here's an actual graphic from my manual showing when you get an output, how do you know that the output shows a clean print head or one that actually needs cleaning. Now if it does need cleaning, I can just continue on and click clean the print head, or I can just go backwards with done. Inside of my maintenance menu, I can click on print head cleaning and go through the actual cleaning process. This will take a couple minutes and the print heads will then be clean for my further print jobs upcoming. Now if I did not need to go through and do a print head cleaning, what if we wanted to talk about replacing ink cartridges? Well, my printer specifically has to be on in order to replace the ink cartridges. I can go ahead and click on ink cartridge replacement, and inside of here I can click my blue button to go, and that's my start button. Now it's going to tell me the next step of instructions, and that's going to be for me to open up my printer. So here we go. With our printer on, we need to replace those ink cartridges. So once I press that blue button, it says put your hands on the side of the printer, and we're going to open the scanner unit at the top, and we'll see our carriage with our print cartridges slide left and come back towards the center. This allows us to easily access this carriage and be able to pull up and reach those print cartridges. Let's take a closer look at those cartridges and get working on replacing them. So inside you can see I've got my four colors. I've got my cyan, my magenta, my yellow, and also I got my black cartridge. So what we can do, it depends on your printer, but mine just has little clips which I can pull back. I can actually lift up on that cartridge to pull it out. Next one, my magenta, pull it out. My cyan, which is my blue, and then lastly my larger black ink cartridge, which again I can pull it and take it out. Now I can take my newly purchased ink cartridges and I can drop them into place and press them down so they snap in the corresponding slots. Now as you install your new ink cartridges, please make sure you follow the manufacturer's manual for your printer and make sure you remove any tape or required adhesive that shouldn't be on there when you do the install. After the cartridges are in, we can secure that carriage, and then we can back out on our video and continue on with the install process. So we're good to continue. All you do is close the lid of my scanner, it'll snap into place, and then the printer is going to check those ink cartridges. And this may take a couple minutes for the printer to actually prepare those ink cartridges for their first print. Again, this is an inkjet, it is not a laser printer. The ink cartridges are finished priming, and now the printer is going to be ready to print, and hopefully not cause a paper jam. The dreaded paper jam. It can occur in many different places in your inkjet printer. For me, whoa, that was close. Look at that. So it looks like there was no jam going on there. And this could have came out of where? Well, as many locations as I said. It could have been down here, which is the paper cassette, where we load our printer paper into. So we'd be able to gently pull out any jams that would occur down below inside of that paper cassette. Now if it wasn't the paper cassette, it could also occur up here. This is our ADF, our automatic document feeder. What we can do is pull up here, and you'd be able to find that paper being stuck right near the top of the scanner bed. And again, we'd be able to gently pull out that paper and remove it. Make sure you follow the instructions in your manual for your printer. Lastly, for my printer, what I'd be able to do is open up the actual printer itself, and inside of the printer, where we saw the cartridges before, we'll be able to take a look inside the printer and be able to gently remove any paper that's jammed inside of there. Now please make sure you follow your manual for your printer regarding what locations you can find a paper jam and how to safely remove them. Take the time with your inkjet printer, put the time into the manual in understanding how to work with your printer best for both maintenance as well as being able to use it for functionality. Become that IT professional and master your printer.